No, 100% it doesn't seem right. And look, here's the thing. And is it the kid or is it how you have treated this guy? Like, I don't know where the fine line is, but there's, I mean, certainly a disconnect. Like when I see like this kid on the bench, this is after the game. Number one, it's not the 7th game of the World Series. You lost a game that nobody cares about, all right? And by the way, Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP, was looking for you. Like, go back in there, visit with Lamar or whatever, and then go back in with your teammates. Why is there such a disconnect here? Is it the kid's fault? Is it the organization's fault? I have no idea.
What happens when 2 NFL legends get called out on national television for spreading false information? Well, Shedeur Sanders just did exactly that, and the internet is going absolutely crazy right now.
3 games. This team ain't going to be close this game. Aaron Rodgers, I'm fascinated by that. I love seeing it. I mean, let's say what it is, right? When you look at it, it's all about Myles Garrett.
Going back to this game to look forward, you're talking about the Cleveland Browns being able to just win 3 games. Rightfully so, Rex. They're going to be a team to reckon with down the road by having this young roster.
Will you watch with teammates or you watch at home?
Nah, I'm trying to make it out of here so I can call Shedeur real quick and make sure he can get it done. So I'll probably just be,
Shedeur, I know you don't listen, but please, every time your team wins a game, please use we and
If
us.
you've been anywhere near social media in the past 24 hours, you've probably seen the chaos unfolding. Shedeur Sanders, the Colorado Buffaloes quarterback and son of NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, just dropped a bombshell that has the entire sports world talking. He publicly called out Rex Ryan and Randy Moss for what he claims were blatant lies told during a live television broadcast. This isn't just another Twitter beef or harmless sports banter. This is a young player standing up against established media personalities and saying enough is enough. The fallout has been immediate and intense. Fans are divided, analysts are scrambling to respond, and the question everyone's asking is simple: what really happened, and who's telling the truth? It all began during a recent ESPN broadcast where Rex Ryan and Randy Moss were breaking down college football prospects heading into the upcoming NFL draft season. As analysts do, they were evaluating players, discussing strengths and weaknesses, and making predictions about who would succeed at the next level. Then they turned their attention to Shedeur Sanders. According to multiple sources and clips circulating online, both Ryan and Moss made several claims about Shedeur's performance, work ethic, and NFL readiness that didn't sit well with the young quarterback. Ryan allegedly questioned Shedeur's ability to read defenses under pressure, while Moss reportedly suggested that Sanders was benefiting primarily from his father's name and coaching rather than his own talent. For anyone following college football, these comments seemed not just harsh, but factually questionable. Shedeur has posted impressive statistics throughout his college career, demonstrating consistent improvement and clutch performances in high-pressure situations. Rather than staying silent or handling things behind closed doors, Shedeur took to social media with receipts. And when I say receipts, I mean he came prepared.
So I can show you the deep ball. I can show you the accuracy. I can show you that he hits people. I can show you people said that he couldn't run the football or he was not as athletic. He led the team in rushing 3 weeks in a row. He's eluding the rush. He's stepping up every single week. He show you something different. Ask Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees said, hey, in the press conference, I want to see him work on moving the chains and throwing the football, not just deep action. We moved the post so much, our back should be here. We should be sponsored by U-Haul.
In a series of posts that quickly went viral, Shedeur systematically addressed each claim made by Ryan and Moss. He posted game film showing his ability to read and exploit defensive coverages. He shared statistics that directly contradicted the narratives being pushed. He even included quotes from opposing coaches praising his football IQ and decision-making abilities. But here's where it gets really interesting. Shedeur didn't just defend himself with statistics and film. He pointed out specific instances where Ryan and Moss had made similar claims about other players that turned out to be completely wrong. He highlighted their track records as analysts and questioned whether their opinions were based on actual film study or just hot takes designed to generate controversy and ratings. The tone wasn't disrespectful, but it was firm and confident. Shedeur made it clear that he wasn't going to sit back and let his reputation be damaged by what he viewed as lazy analysis and fabricated narratives. Let's look at the facts that Shedeur presented, because this is where his case becomes really compelling. First, the statistics. This season alone, Shedeur has completed over 70% of his passes with an impressive touchdown-to-interception ratio. He's shown the ability to perform against top-ranked defenses, not just weak opponents. His completion percentage under pressure ranks among the best in college football, directly contradicting Ryan's claims about struggling when defenses bring heat. Second, the film study. Multiple draft analysts and former NFL quarterbacks have publicly praised Shedeur's mechanics, pre-snap reads, and post-snap adjustments. These aren't just random supporters. These are respected voices in the football community who have no connection to Shedeur Sanders or the Colorado program. Third, and perhaps most damaging to Ryan and Moss, Shedeur highlighted their previous analytical misses. He pointed out players they had criticized who went on to have successful NFL careers. He also noted instances where they had praised prospects who flamed out quickly at the professional level. The implication was clear. Why should anyone take their word as gospel when their track record is far from perfect? The reaction from the sports media world has been absolutely fascinating to watch unfold in real time. Some analysts have come to Ryan and Moss's defense, arguing that criticism is part of the game and that prospects need to develop thicker skin if they want to succeed in the NFL. They've suggested that Shedeur's response shows he's too sensitive to handle the scrutiny that comes with being a high-profile player.
All I'm saying is there's 2 times you put the young man in the Wildcat and did not put him under center. And we're talking about uplifting the quarterback. Everybody's going to still look at a guy like Shedeur Sanders. They want him to win. I don't know if everybody in that building wants him to win.
Most QBs lose the game, and I thought Shedeur knew the assignment and he passed the test. He took care of the football for the most part, obviously the 1 interception, but other than that, he played really smart.
Others have applauded Shedeur for standing up for himself. They've pointed out that there's a difference between legitimate criticism and what appears to be biased or lazy analysis. Several current and former players have shared their own experiences with being misrepresented by media personalities and expressed support for Shedeur's decision to set the record straight. What's particularly interesting is the generational divide in these responses. Older analysts tend to favor the traditional approach of staying quiet and letting your play do the talking. Younger voices argue that in the age of social media and instant information, players have every right to defend themselves against false narratives that can affect their careers and earning potential. As of now, the responses from Ryan and Moss have been mixed and somewhat evasive. Rex Ryan addressed the situation briefly on his podcast, essentially doubling down on his original assessment while acknowledging that Shedeur is a talented player. He didn't directly address the specific claim Shedeur made about being caught lying, instead framing his comments as honest evaluation rather than personal attacks. Randy Moss has been even more reserved in his response. During a subsequent broadcast, he made a vague reference to standing by his analysis while respecting Shedeur's passion for the game. He hasn't engaged with the specific evidence Shedeur presented, or addressed the accusations about spreading false information. This lukewarm response has only fueled more speculation and debate. Many observers expected either a full retraction with apology or a robust defense of their positions with counter-evidence. Instead, the somewhat dismissive acknowledgement has left many people feeling like Shedeur's points hit closer to home than Ryan and Moss are willing to admit publicly. This controversy touches on several larger issues that extend far beyond one quarterback and 2 analysts. First, there's the question of accountability in sports media. In an era where hot takes and controversy generate clicks and ratings, how much responsibility do analysts have to ensure their commentary is accurate and fair? When does criticism cross the line into character assassination or the spread of misinformation? Second, there's the evolving power dynamic between players and media. Social media has given athletes a direct platform to communicate with fans and defend themselves without going through traditional media gatekeepers. This fundamentally changes the relationship and forces media personalities to be more careful and accurate in their analysis.
Third, there's the specific challenge facing children of famous athletes. Shedeur isn't the first and won't be the last talented player who has to deal with questions about whether he's succeeding on his own merits or riding his father's coattails. The scrutiny is intense and often unfair, and this incident highlights how that dynamic plays out in public discourse. The fan reaction has been absolutely explosive, with the story trending across multiple social media platforms for days. Team Shedeur supporters have been sharing his evidence, creating comparison videos, and calling out what they see as bias in sports media coverage. They've pointed out that analysts seem to hold him to different standards than other quarterback prospects and have questioned whether there's an underlying resentment toward Shedeur Sanders that's being projected onto his son. Team Ryan and Moss defenders argue that the analysis was fair and that Shedeur overreacted to legitimate criticism. They maintain that questioning a player's NFL readiness is part of the evaluation process and doesn't constitute lying. Then there's a third group that's simply enjoying the drama and creating memes about the whole situation. The internet does what the internet does best, and this story has provided plenty of material for creative content. One of the most interesting questions is how this controversy might affect Shedeur's NFL prospects. Some scouts and executives might view his willingness to speak up as a positive sign of confidence and leadership. In a league where quarterbacks need to command respect and stand up for themselves, Shedeur demonstrated those qualities. Others might see it as a red flag about his ability to handle criticism and work with media. NFL teams want players who can stay focused on football rather than getting involved in public disputes with analysts. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Most NFL decision-makers are sophisticated enough to evaluate Shedeur's actual football ability separately from this media controversy. However, the incident does become part of his overall profile and story heading into draft discussions. There are several takeaways from this situation that extend beyond the immediate controversy. For media personalities, this serves as a reminder that players are watching and won't always accept questionable analysis without pushback. The days of analysts making claims without fear of being fact-checked by the subjects of their commentary are over. For players, Shedeur's approach offers a template for how to respond to criticism effectively. He didn't just complain or throw insults. He presented evidence, made specific points, and maintained professionalism even while firmly defending himself. For fans, this incident highlights the importance of thinking critically about sports media coverage and not accepting every analyst's opinion as fact. Everyone has biases and blind spots, including respected former players and coaches. The Shedeur Sanders versus Rex Ryan and Randy Moss situation represents more than just another sports controversy. It's a fascinating case study in how sports media operates in the modern era, how athletes navigate criticism and defend their reputations, and how power dynamics in sports discourse continue to evolve. Whether you believe Shedeur was right to call them out or think he overreacted to fair criticism, one thing is undeniable. This story has captured the attention of the sports world and sparked important conversations about media accountability, athlete empowerment, and the standards we should expect from public analysis. As this situation continues to develop, it will be interesting to see if Ryan and Moss provide more substantive responses, how other media personalities adjust their approach to player evaluation, and whether Shedeur's on-field performance continues to back up his confident defense of his abilities. One thing is certain, the next time analysts discuss Shedeur Sanders, they'll probably make sure their facts are straight before hitting the airwaves, and that alone might make this entire controversy worthwhile.